Hello, welcome back to Access Granted. My name is Nathan, and with me is Dave.
Hi.
Hi, Dave.
I don't like horror games.
No,
and I
you
wear
don't.
penguin t-shirts.
Does he?
Yeah, you remember he's got the purple one with the penguin on it. It's like his favourite t-shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Vintage Dave is that purple penguin.
Alright, it makes me think I don't really pay attention to Dave. How
Aw.
strange. We're still at PSX, and Dave's on holiday, so this is the best way for us to get an access granted to you guys. Holly, you've asked people to ask us questions, so we're just going to do like a Q&A kind of thing.
Yeah, I did. So basically, I tweeted saying I needed some questions, something fun to ask. And everybody whose question pops up on screen, I will DM you because you're going to get a little PlayStation Access pin badge
I
as
don't
a
even
thank
have
you for
one of
helping
these
us.
pin badges
I'm
yet.
totally put one on your desk.
Really?
Don't even do that to me.
Interesting.
Well, you're going to get one, so thank
Cool.
you very much.
Who's first?
So first of all, we've got Alexis that says, if you could wipe your memory and replay a game with zero knowledge beforehand,
Oh,
which
man.
one would it be?
Oh, there's a couple, probably. Probably either The Last of Us or The Witcher 3.
The opening of that Last of Us again would be insane.
Yeah.
I'd bore all my eyes out all over again.
I guess you're looking for kind of blow my mind moments, but all of The Witcher 3, Anyway, you?
Everyone normally thinks I'd say Final Fantasy VIII because it's my favourite,
Right.
but that game hasn't aged very well, so if I was to play it now, I probably wouldn't
Wait,
enjoy
this
it all
game's
that
terrible.
much. Yeah, I wouldn't enjoy it all that much. I'd probably say
So-
something like the Mass Effect series.
Oh, okay.
Just to like meet all those characters again and go on that adventure again, and
Yeah.
you know, knowing how to form all those relationships again would just be
Oh, man.
super awesome.
Uncharted
Imagine being able
2,
to do that
maybe.
again.
Yeah, just all games that I like, all of them.
Yeah, basically, I just want to have all those awesome experiences again. Riffmaster, which has been your favourite thing to cover during your time at PS Access? Whether
Ah.
that be a specific game, event, or interview.
I'll tell you what, going to the Champions League final was quite nice. So there is that. We did so much work, Holly. We couldn't see for work.
No, I know, you
It
were
was so
drowning in
hard.
work.
So what's yours? And then I'll try and think of a proper one. 'cause that one's rubbish.
Mine will probably be Paris Games Week, doing the pre-show with Rob.
Of course, that was great.
That was
I'm sarcastic about it normally, but you guys were really good on that show. I thought it went really well.
one of those like career-defining crazy moments where like if you'd imagine telling like 12-year-old you like one day when you're older, you know those big shows like E3, you're gonna
Yeah.
do one of them for PlayStation.
Yeah.
You know that console you own. I mean, it's peak. I don't know how I don't really know. I might as well just
So you should stop now. I don't even know why you carried
I
on.
mean, that was incredible.
I mean, I'm 1,000 years old. I've been doing this for ages.
You are older than me, and I rely on that fact.
So I've spoken to a bunch of people I really admire. I interviewed Amy Hennig years ago. That was amazing.
Did you really?
Yeah, when she was making Uncharted 3, and I visited Naughty Dog a couple of times. Once when they were announcing the Last of Us 2, and I like that studio a lot. Do you know what? I'm going to say Nolan North though, because he's just so much fun.
Those videos were the best.
And I've met Nolan a few times. He always either pretends to remember my name,
I think he
or he
does.
does remember it. But there's a lot of people who like Nolan because he's so funny and great. And he always gives good. He's always conscious that he's there to sell his game by being funny, and he's always quite funny. So well done, Nolan. Thank you very much, man. I really appreciate it. What's next?
Okay, Rich Dixon asks, how long have you been gaming, and what was your first console/system? Hashtag show your age.
Oh man, my brother, who's 2 years older than me, got a Master System when I was like, I don't even know, young, 8 or something, similar to 8, around then. And then Mega Drive was probably my first one that I really liked a lot. Tons of Sonic, Streets of Rage 2, NHL, 94,
Interesting, because
CD.
mine was also
Really?
Sega Mega Drive.
Mega Drive's the best.
That was my first console. I was very
best
young.
people have it.
I wasn't playing games like Streets of Rage back then. I was playing The Lion King
Right.
and Aladdin.
Aladdin was amazing.
I had to get my mum to do the hyenas for me because I was too scared.
Did you have Quackshot? Quackshot was
No,
fantastic.
I really didn't have many games for it, but I do have memories of playing it, and I do remember it quite vividly.
Yeah.
I did play things like Streets of Rage later on, but which was still very naughty because I was still
Oh, Streets of Rage
quite
2
young.
is amazing. What's next?
This one's probably for you because I don't know celebrities like you do because you're a bit
Okay.
of a film buff. But Lucas asks, what celebrity would you love to sit down and play a co-op game with?
Does Nolan North count? That'd be quite cool.
Yeah,
although-
actually, that's. I mean, only if he reads all the dialogue
I know, that could get
in whatever.
awkward.
Because if it wasn't him that voiced it, it's probably Troy.
Exactly. Well, that's true. Do you know what? Actually, I would say Nathan Fillion because he is in Destiny and he's good in Destiny, and I know he likes to play Destiny, and so do I. So we could play Destiny.
Not carrying Nolan through Destiny.
No, so this is me and Nathan Fillion now. I've moved
Oh,
on.
Nathan Fillion,
to
sorry.
my other,
Man
whip
crush.
cracking boyfriend. Yeah, whip cracking.
Whip cracking boyfriend.
Not whip cracking. No. Quick.
Quick
I
chatting.
can't think of the words. I'm jet lagged. What's the next quote? No, do you not have one?
No, I
Favourite
really
celebrity?
don't know. I don't know celebrity. No. I really don't watch television. I don't know. I'd play Overcooked with Mary Berry.
Right, okay, that would be amazing. That's much better than my answer.
I'd play Overcooked with Mary Berry.
She would be so calm. She'd know exactly what to do.
And I'd be
I
like,
think you should chop some onions now, dear.
And I'd be like, yes,
That'd
Mary.
be fantastic.
Yes,
sure.
Mary, can I get some plates washed, please? And she'd be like, no, love, you do it yourself.
They should have a celebrity chef, like
A
play
VO,
of Overcooked. No, they should just have a. Can you imagine Gordon Ramsay kicking off? Oh, it'd be brilliant. Anyway, sorry. What's next?
Anyway, the very lovely Manchester M16 does ask, I'd love to know about any game or game franchise you played years after its initial release and instantly regretted leaving it so long.
Alien Isolation, most recently, probably. I played that late. I mean, I didn't really regret it because I still really enjoyed it. I didn't really feel like I'd missed out because I was playing it, but it was great, and I should have played it sooner. Yeah, how about you?
It's easy. It's the Yakuza series. And surprisingly, I got into the series when Yakuza 0, which is the prequel, launched in February.
Yeah.
And I'm now tearing through them. I've now done 0. I did Yakuza Kiwami. I've left Yakuza 2 because I'm hoping Yakuza Kiwami 2 might get a European release. We'll see.
I stopped understanding what you were saying a few sentences ago.
I've done 3, 4, Dead Souls, which is the Left 4 Dead style zombie spin-off. And I'm currently playing Yakuza 5 on PlayStation 3.
Right.
Wow. And I can't believe
how good it is.
I'm only just getting into a series. It's like up there for Final Fantasy for me now in terms
and there's
of
so
like
much
series.
of it, you know. Like you've discovered a treasure trove. There's lots of good stuff coming your way.
I'm so behind on every other game now because I just want to play Yakuza and nothing else, and it literally is all I'm playing.
Next.
This one's just for you because Nathan's a movie buff. So Chris would like to know, what's your favourite movie?
That's a really hard question.
It is a hard question.
Probably The Conversation. Francis Ford Coppola, The Conversation.
Never heard of it.
It's really good.
Wow. I think you'd say Pesci? I don't know. What would you say that one?
Yeah, I'd say Pesci Timonen.
This is a delight for Nath, but in Witcher 3, what was the biggest thing that got you really hooked?
It wasn't one thing.
He's struggling to get into it.
I played it, and it was bewildering because you played the earlier ones,
yes,
and I hadn't. So the whole political kind of scope of it was a bit lost on me. And to be honest, I'm not really up on all of it. There's you literally go to a castle and a man will explain it to you if you ask him the questions.
It is a lot to take on board in the Witcher world.
Yeah,
it's a lot to take on board.
So I would say, don't worry about focusing on that big stuff. That will, you'll soak that in eventually. What got me was really understanding the character of Geralt, and just I liked playing him. I thought that the game had a sophistication about the way that it approached every mission, where it wasn't like here's the good way to do it and here's the bad way.
Yeah, no, I like that about the studio. They do that well.
They've got a really nice sense of the fact that this is a kind of a country at war. It's bad for everybody, and Geralt, you can try and be nice. Sometimes that works out worse for the people involved. Yeah. And Geralt's got this really his calmness and his tone. He's that's
because he's a Witcher.
Yeah, of course. But he's also seen a bunch of stuff. He doesn't have any. So he's this really. I just loved his reactions to stuff, and when stuff would go wrong, he would be like,
The dryness is hilarious.
Exactly, and I love that. So once you kind of get to know Geralt a bit, I think you should be away.
I think I'd be really surprised if you don't warm up to it after that because it's.
Yeah.
Witcher is incredible.
Think of it less actiony and more RPG-y, I would say.
Yeah, no, I think that's fair. This one's very interesting because we both kind of do different things for Access and how we got here. But Shantae would like to know, I think I've said that right, hopefully I have, what tips would you give to someone who is currently trying to get into the industry?
Okay.
Now, Nate's from a journalist background. I am from a social media PR community background. So we're actually really different in what we do.
Definitely, although now we do the same kind of stuff. And I wouldn't necessarily encourage people to go into writing. There's not tons of that. I mean, if it's really what you want to do, then do it. Let's keep this as brief as we can. But I would say general tips are be working on the stuff that you'd like to eventually get into anyway. So if you want to do video, then learn how to video edit, make videos, even if they're just for you. I think people are sometimes embarrassed. They don't even start making videos. They're like, well, I put them on YouTube and I get 10 views. What's the point? And it's the point is that if they're good videos, then when you do get an opportunity to speak to somebody or show somebody stuff, you've got something there. And also, you only get good by making stuff. You just have to start somewhere. In terms of getting in, just don't be be polite, but it's okay to kind of track people down and speak to them at events. There are moments where people make themselves more available to you through shows and stuff. Sometimes just like calling or emailing somebody might be a bit like, don't know. But then if you're polite and there's ways of doing it, is what I'm saying. Do that. Everybody who's got a job somewhere like we have has like had someone who has opened a door for them and been nice to them and given them some advice. So I think most people are quite willing to do it back.
Yeah, there's literally a video out there about, and I think someone actually replied to your tweet with the link to the YouTube video, but I actually did a whole like video on how I got into the industry, and I came up through that absolute passion scene. I did it as a hobby, and I managed to turn it into a career. And now I'm sitting here next to Nathan. Rob was the same. Yeah. Rob took his chance. He was that person.
He was work experience, like he
for you
kind of
OPM.
Yeah. So Rob, he sent us a really he made a little magazine and he sent it to us and said, I just want to come and work with you guys for a week or so. And once you know some people through work experience and those sorts of, if you can afford, I mean, it's tough, if you can afford to work for free, even just for a week or two, once you know people, it really does get easier.
It really does. Right, we'll lift the mood again. Okay. But Ben asks, top 3 games of the year, because we haven't actually made a game of the year video.
No,
have
we haven't. Mine are Neo, obviously. God, Neo's great.
You were really good at that as well.
Oh, I don't know if I just played it for a long time if I was good. What Remains of Edith Finch. I also played Alien Isolation this year, but that doesn't count. I also played Metro this year, that doesn't count. I don't know what my other one is.
No, you spent a lot of this year doing your pile of shame, actually.
Yeah, I have, yeah. Been, like a good boy. Just like, eating my dinner before I eat my 2017 dessert. What are your favourites? And I'll think of my last one.
I'm going to go with Yakuza 0. I think that is my ultimate game of the year because it's introduced me to a franchise. It's a great game anyway. Yep. Then Rhyme, actually. And Rhyme and Yakuza for a long time were swapping places. Rhyme is a beautiful indie game. Stunning music, beautiful visuals, and emotionally completely knocked me for 6. Really, really was a heavy hitter. Yeah. And then I'm going to go with Horizon Zero Dawn.
See, it's my Christmas game, so I've still not played it yet.
You're going to love it. I think you're really going to enjoy it.
I'm excited about it. I'm going to say my last one is Fortnite, because I've been playing tons of Fortnite, and it's great. I've probably forgotten something that I loved in the middle of the year, but never mind. I feel bad. Never mind. What Remains of Edith Finch and Neo. They're good games.
They're very good games.
They're good games, Brent. What's next?
Okay, you just did a dog meme.
Yeah, I know dogs.
Oh my god, I didn't know you know good dogs, Brent.
Yeah.
The more you know about Nathan, I'm going to start using that more now. I know that you can find it. You won't.
I went mad for the up dog. I know that.
You did go mad for up dog.
That's an older meme, sir, but it checks out. Yeah, the up dog's amazing.
Showing our age now with memes. You'd mentioned buckets. No. We're out. Anyway, last 2. Vivi. No, I know Vivi. How does working in the games industry differ from what you expected? And was Access your goal from the start?
No.
God, no.
My
nothing.
Goal was to write stuff because I wanted to write.
Nathan's probably one of the most talented writers I know.
Hollie doesn't know many writers.
He's such a talented writer.
So I always wanted to write, and I knew a bit about games, and there was a job on a games magazine, so I went for it. I used to read games magazines when I was younger. Then video kind of just happened, and initially we weren't even on camera, so no, this was never the plan. But it's happened, and it's really good fun. How is it different? I don't know. Like when I first started, I was struck by the fact that I was surrounded by people who, some of them were a bit, not everyone, in a fun way. They were a little bit cynical, but they were also funny, and they loved creating something every month because we used to make mags, and they used to like making each other laugh, and it was just a really creative atmosphere. And I think that was, what I expected. What about you, Hollie?
I think for me, and this is when we do get those idiot comments being like, they just needed a chick on the channel. I was never, ever, ever hired to actually be a presenter on Access. No. I was hired actually as PlayStation UK social media and community manager, and part of that was to at least look after Access. And if you needed game codes or anything to make videos, I would be the go-between to help them create the channel. It sort of ended up that I'm here. In fact, I'm now on Access full time. This has been my full year now. My first year's coming.
How long has it been? Has it been 4.5 years? Nearly 5 years?
I think it's 5 years in April for me.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Wow. And that was when we basically started on YouTube.
And that literally, you started in the February on making this a YouTube channel, so you came off PSN, and I joined April 2nd because I refused to start a new job on April Fool's Day.
Oh.
I thought that'd be really bad luck.
The superstitious Welsh. Have we got one more question?
Last one is from Ash. What's been the most amazing event you've been to, and what made it so memorable? Could be more amusing reason or genuine amazement. Love you all. Thank you, Ash.
What, the most amazing one ever?
Yeah.
In terms of shows that I like to come to, this is genuinely the best one.
Yeah, no, I completely agree.
It's really nice because only people who really like PlayStation come here, and they tend to it's like a little celebration, whereas E3 is like, everyone's showing their stuff. There's a bit more of a competitive edge. And
people don't see it, the hours we do at E3. We made like 55 videos in 3.5 days. That's,
it was a lot.
Work.
But I guess in terms of work, this is a bit more chilled out as well.
This
but
is
yeah,
lovely. Meeting people who like no access were coming up and be able to say hello and talk to us.
Well, I guess if you travel here and you buy tickets to here, you like PlayStation so much, you probably do watch Access, you know. So that's nice. But yeah, the atmosphere is much more of a everybody who likes this one thing is getting together to like that thing. So that's really, really cool.
And oh my god, you can just discover games. You can literally walk up and be like, we were walking through the show, I was like, oh Nath, look at the art on that. And then we'd wander over and be like, can you tell us about this? And the next thing you know, we're like, can we capture this?
Yeah, it's cool.
And now we're like, this is my next favourite game.
It's cool not to have like a million appointments, that is true.
It is really nice.
So is PSX for you as well?
It is PSX, but to make it a bit different, I did do one particular event this year, I think it was this side of this year, that was utterly mind-blowing. Me and Rob went to Sweden. And we went ice driving for Project Cars. And it's one of those bucket list things that you just never be able to do otherwise. And we basically got to drive a Mercedes around a frozen lake and just drifting it.
Rob, I edited the video.
Rob banked it at one point. We had to get pulled out. We were, driving around listening to the Final Fantasy music because it's us two in the car, while we're trying to drift this car on a frozen lake. And we got to see the Aurora Borealis in the evening.
This is going to get awful because we're talking about the stuff that we like about our jobs. So let's stop. But I love PSX. And hopefully we'll be back next year with other stuff to talk about. If not, we're going to be making loads of other videos in the meantime. So
this is where I surprise you now and tell you that I've bought the onesie all the way to Los Angeles for you to wear.
No onesie this week. And indeed, that will be it now because our Let's Play starts next week. So we will see you in the new year. But tune in next week for Metal Gear Stupid, which is me and Dave playing Metal Gear Solid, the very first one, with Rob in a different room watching us and unable to tell us what we're doing wrong.
This is why they fight in the office.
It's brilliant. So yeah, tune in for that and we'll see you soon.